Hello, everybody, and welcome to this exciting episode of the Next Level Women podcast. I am super thrilled about today's episode, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a background. I met my special guest. Her name is Doralice Allen. I met her in a networking event, and then we got talking. We had a coffee chat. And in the coffee chat, she referenced her child who is over 30 years old. And I said, hang on a minute. How can you have a child who is over 30 when you look 30 yourself? And she goes, no, girl, I am. I'm like, gosh, you need to be on this show to share with us the amazing things you're doing. Not only that, she's also an exceptional menopause coach. And we are going to dive into all of that. Welcome to the show, Doralice.
Thank you, Joy. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And I was going to tell people that you have an amazing French accent. So we are having French royalty on the show today. Welcome to the show, Doralice. So why don't you start by introducing yourself and telling us what you do?
Well, my name is Doralice Allen, and as a woman, who've spent decades building her career at corporate America and had a very successful career, actually, menopause hit.
Mm,
And I wasn't prepared, like a lot of women, I wasn't prepared. And that journey of menopause actually led me to quit my job
wow.
and, study menopause health. And I was able to, heal myself. And today I am on a mission as a menopause health coach to help other women out there who are going through it and just, loss, suffering in silence. I'm here to give them hope.
Mm, I love that. Hope is what I do on this podcast. And I love how you said you're here to give them hope because people, especially when women are going through menopause and suffering, it can feel very isolating because there is so few people you can talk to. You can't really tell your husband or your spouse, I'm having brain fog. I feel like I'm having sweat. Is it sweaty? You know the thing you have where you're so sweaty, hot flush, and all of these symptoms. It's not things that we women necessarily want to talk to a male about. And so it can feel very isolating. And so I love the work you're doing. So before we dive into the work you do, tell us, how have you been able to keep yourself looking this young, refreshing? Okay, before you answer that, I have heard people say Black women have, is it black don't crack? That's the
Yeah.
phrase, right? But I think you've taken it to the next level because I am black too. And so I can easily tell people's ages who are black. But when I saw you and you said you have over a 30-year-old child, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is taking it to another level. So please tell us, how have you been able to look this young?
Oh, thank you, Joy, for the compliment. I take it. So, yes, I am a mother of four children, wonderful children. The first, my son is 36, and I have a 34-year-old daughter. I have another daughter, she's 20, and then my last one, he's 18. So, I'm 56. Yes, I started young.
Wow.
Yeah. My secret, I don't even know if I can say a secret because I always love to share. I've always been an advocate of, women taking care of themselves because I know how it is as a mother. I'm also a grandmother, by the way, of three beautiful granddaughters. Yeah. So, I always tell women while you're taking care of the kids, the husband, everyone else, family, you also have to make sure that you're putting some time aside for yourself to take care of yourself. It's really
Mm,
important because, the kids, one day they're going to be gone, right? And they're going to leave the house and now you're empty a nest to do it. That's how they call it. What you going to do?
mm,
Now you got to live with yourself, right?
yeah.
So, and that's not the time where you want to start figure things out. No.
Mm,
Even as a mother, it's important to carve the time for you. And that's what I did.
mm,
As while I was raising my kids, I always, schedule a me time.
mm.
Okay. so that I can do the things that make me happy, that, give me a sense of fulfillment. It doesn't have to be something big,
Yeah.
but it's important to schedule that me time. Even if it's just, go just be by yourself. A time, I'm talking about a time where it's you. There's no kids, involved, or husband or whatever friend, but your time. That's the one thing that, I did. And then the second thing is, I've always been very in tune with my body, like listening to it and making sure that I'm taking care of my body, uh, eating, the right food that would nourish, not inside, but also, my skin, and keep me, strong and, and healthy. And, using a natural, you know, product.
Mm.
I don't wear makeup, so really, didn't really use much on my skin. And I've always used natural, even my skin. I do my own skin product. I make my own. Yeah.
Wow,
Yes,
that's
natural.
incredible.
I just use natural product on my skin, because when you look at the product, in the market that, we put on our skin, it's filled with a lot of stuff that not necessarily good, right, for
Mm,
our skin. So yeah, so I keep it really simple. So just using natural.
that's
So that's
incredible.
the secret
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so I feel like I need to bring you back for another show to teach us how you create those natural products. Or maybe you do a course or a video that people can watch it. I feel like many people will be very interested to learn more.
Yeah.
Now, I want to go back to your journey of leaving corporate because many women on this show, they run their own businesses, and I feel like your journey can inspire somebody else. So, talk us through how you decided on your niche, the niche you've chosen, and walk us through how that journey was for you because leaving corporate, it's a big deal, right? That security of monthly paycheck and just knowing that you have money coming in, that security is gone when you run your own business. So tell us how you made that switch and how you keep the mindset going because running a business can be challenging and it's not for the faint-hearted. So walk us through your journey.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Joe, when you say running your business, it's not the easy things to do. So you really have to have a strong mindset behind that. So my journey, wow, again, menopause hit me. I was at the
Mm,
heat of my career. And like I mentioned earlier, I wasn't prepared. Like many
mm,
of women were not prepared because our mother don't talk much about it. So we don't really know much about menopause. We know we're gonna get there at some point, right? And I knew I'm gonna get there at some point, but I had no idea how it looks like.
yeah.
And but one thing I recall, knowing about menopause, hearing from some, women talking about who were older than me, they will mention about hot flash. They will mention about a mood swing. They will, mention about brain fog. And I was like, oh well, I don't know how hard that can be. I mean, you kind of have in the back of your head, some of those things. But then when it hit me, it was more than just those things. I mean, I
Mm,
have crazy symptoms like pain all over my body, my hips, and I have vertigo. I have I mean, my skin was also, changes, and then not to mention the weight also that come with it. And I was just miserable because it's affect your confidence, all those when you're going through those symptoms in a corporate, you still need to show up because they're expecting you to perform. So you still, while you're going through all that, you still have to make sure that you show up and perform or mask it, make sure that nobody
mm,
know you're going through brain fog. And
mm,
it's feel kind of lonely too because
mm.
it's not being talked about in the workplace. you don't want to talk about it because you're afraid that they're gonna think, oh, you can't do your job anymore. So you keep it, to yourself. But me, I was one of those people where it didn't matter if I was sitting in a boardroom with VP and I have hot flashes, I'll be screaming, it's hot. I got to get out of here because there's so many bodies around me.
Yeah.
And I guess at some point, me with my French accent, because even when when the hot flash comes, it's like you're losing your mind. You
Yeah.
feel this heat. You can't control it. You just have to wait till it goes away. But for me, I would just jump out of the room and they probably thought this French girl, she probably losing her mind, but I didn't care. I was like, that's how I'm feeling. And the other, people around me, women, I just felt like it was a topic that they didn't really want to talk up too much about it. So that's why it can feel lonely there.
Mm.
And I went through that. I got to a point where I knew I cannot just keep pushing through because that's what basically most of the time I heard women say, well, I just pushed through it for 10 years. And for me, I was like, no, there's no way I'm going to be pushing through for 10 years because I've always, like I mentioned earlier, taking care of myself. But menopause, it's a phase where it's a different ball game. I had no control. My body was just doing whatever it was doing. It was because I didn't understand what was it. So I made a decision actually to invest in education, in science research, so that I can understand, what was going on. Uh, Mind you, even doctor, I mean, I was at doctor office so many times because of all the different symptoms, but I never really got an answer.
Mm.
And the help that I was getting from the doctor was, oh, hormone replacement therapy, that's something that she could use. And for me, it didn't work for me because of my holistic, type of lifestyle that I've always had. So I wasn't really ready to take any sort of medication. So, long story short, through my education, as I was learning about menopause and learning about symptoms and
Mm.
seeing my own symptoms on the list, mind you, they are at least 35 menopause related symptom. So when I saw my symptoms on the list, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I'm not going crazy. You know what I mean? I know, okay, this is real. And like everything, knowledge, it's power, right?
Yeah.
When you know what you're fighting, with, then you can, take the appropriate action. And with once I have all that education and knowledge, um, I wasn't planning to necessarily quit my job. I just felt I wanted some time off originally. I wanted to take time off so I can take care of myself. But
Mm.
when you have to go through the paper, all these hoops of paper, failing doctor and have to give you form why you taking off it. Anyway, they made it so difficult that I was like, you know what? My health for me, it's important.
Yeah.
There's no price for it. I needed to take care of myself, and you're making it difficult to me, so I just gonna resign. So, and it wasn't an easy decision, like you mentioned. I mean, I had a six-figure job. I was, making good money, but again, my health was more important to me. My
Mm.
well-being was more important to me. So yeah, so I made that bold decision to leave my job, and I took some time off, focus on me, use all the education information that I've learned about menopause, and with my holistic also lifestyle that I've been doing for a long time, I use all of that, combine that, and then I heal my body.
Wow.
And today, whew, it was my own transformation, actually, Joy,
Mm.
that I was like, you know what I went through, I don't want another woman out there going through, what I went through. I don't want another woman have to quit their job, or you know what I mean, because they can't menopause, it's so difficult. That journey is being so difficult that they're lost. They don't know what to do. And that's how my journey actually turned into my work today that I'm doing. Yeah.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I love what you said about helping women not quit their job because I feel like this menopause stage is almost like the peak of a woman's career,
Yeah.
right? She's had her babies, she took maternity leave during her pregnancy. She most likely may have lost out on some promotion opportunities while raising her babies.
Mm.
Now her babies are all grown, and now menopause comes in. And so women I believe, are under so much pressure to keep performing in the workplace, even though they are going through such a transformation physically in their bodies, and also with all the hormonal changes going on in their bodies. So tell us the work you do with women. How do you work with women now in your business to help them overcome the challenges of menopause? And not just the challenges of menopause, I also want to say perimenopause because by most women in their 40s, they're already having those symptoms too.
Absolutely. And that's why I work with women, 40 plus, because again, prevention is also
Mm,
better than cure, so to say,
yes,
right? And knowledge, preparing women at least to educate them on it, on that phase of life, so that they can prepare their body, and when they eventually get into menopause, at least they can better handle, some of the symptoms, or maybe, alleviate some of the symptoms. So the way of the way I work with women, it's of course, start with clarity, educating them, and then also, the mindset. We got to shift the mindset,
mm,
which is looking at menopause as a powerful, phase. Actually, it could be a phase, for us to evolve, not
yeah,
to decline, if we prepare. But when we not prepare, when we don't know what it is, because our mother, didn't talk about it, it feel like we're declining,
mm,
right? It feel like, we're losing. But no, like you say, it's a phase where, women, they're the peak of their career. The kids, they don't have to worry about the kids anymore, as far as, like raising them, like, so it's their time to shine,
yeah.
right? And but it needs to be prepared. So I work on the mindset on that. Of course, also, helping, their body, understand what's going on in their body, so that we can put together a plan that will help nourish their body and support their body. Because this is the thing, Joy. When you're in that phase, like someone like me, who have always been very in tune with my body, I was always taking care of my body. When you get to menopause, no, what was working in your 30, 40 doesn't work anymore. It's because it needs a different support.
Mm,
But you gotta know that, right? So that's also another thing that I do, because I provide a personalized, approach. So we look at what is it that your body needs, so that we
mm,
can, put together a plan, and give it, and support your body with what it needs. And then, so that's on the nutrition side of it. And then the other side is also, movement, which is also really important, right? Because when you think about the life that we live, most of the time, especially in the modern civilization, most of the time we're sitting all the time.
yeah.
We're not moving enough. We're
Mm,
not moving enough. And so those are the simple things. And then stress is also another thing that we need to keep at bay,
mm,
right? Because we're dealing with hormone, and the cortisol, the stress hormone, we definitely got to keep that one at bay when we're going through, perimenopause and menopause. And but my approach, like I say, it's really on more holistic,
Mm,
way. I work with women who are looking for something natural, okay, to support their body during that phase. So it's not anything that you need to overhaul your whole life. I keep it
mm.
simple because I always believe that simplicity. Don't make it complicated. Yeah, don't make it keep it simple but effective. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree too. I love keeping things simple because when things are simple for me, that's when I do it. So I
Yeah.
love that so much. So you work with women one on one. So if someone is interested to find out more about working with you, what's your next step?
Well, I offer the next step is to jump on the call with me. Right, that's the first step, definitely. To let's get on the call and then let's talk. Let's talk, and then usually you will leave a call with at least a strategy, a step
Mm,
for you to get started to from where you are. But because my approach is again is so personalized, so that's why I reframe to say, okay, do this or do this, because our body function differently, right?
yeah.
Our body respond to things differently. So we need to understand what's your body need, yeah, and go from there. Mm.
Oh, awesome. So I'm gonna grab the link to book a call with you and add it to the show notes so people can go take advantage of that. And if you're watching on YouTube, it will be inside of the description below. So I know you also have a free gift for us. Tell us more about the free gift.
So I had the free gift is actually a checklist, simple, five strategy to help you with sleep, because
Mm,
sleep is so important, right? And when we're going through menopause, our sleep, it's even just get worse because you're dealing with the night sweat, for especially when you're up at night 3 a.m. because you're having anxiety, you're having all this night sweat keeping you up, and that's not good. It just make things worse. It just even it make your brain fog worse the next day
mm,
because you still have to show up the next day, go to work, right? Trying to
yeah.
show the day with so that's why I created that checklist. It's five simple, science back strategy that you can try, just try different things and see which one work for you, and but they definitely, like I say, help. They helpful.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that link too, and I'm gonna add it. So take advantage of that. It's completely free, and you can start sleeping well because I believe sleep is the bedrock of a healthy life.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. Now, before I let you go, I want you to tell us how you are able to build your business to where you are today, because many people on this show are business owners themselves. So how have you been able to first launch your business and to grow your business? What mindset keeps you on the right track, showing up in your business every day?
Yes, so I mean, I had to learn a lot on the business side. So I had to work with a business coach to kind of help me understand this whole, setting up, building, your business. And which is, I think, is important. Working with someone like you, for instance, absolutely, I will recommend. I mean, you're amazing, Joy. So, yeah, if someone will start a business, I definitely would recommend working with you. That's one thing. And then the mindset for me, what keep me going, right? Even though, like you say, when you have your own business, it's not like your 9 to 5 job where you have your paycheck coming out every month, right?
Mm,
So it can go like this. So, but for me, the mission behind what I
mm,
do, it's what's keep me going.
wow.
Just to see, be able to transform one woman, life going through
Mm,
perimenopause and menopause, making sure that she embraced that phase,
Mm.
and evolve through that phase. For me, that's what kept me going.
That's incredible. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Having a mission, something that gets you excited to wake up every morning, I feel like it's the best way to have a business. And the fact that you're doing something you love and then you're being paid to do it, like that's the perfect life, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
incredible.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been such a joy having you.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
You're most welcome.
Yeah.